Hi, welcome to Raw Math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on rationals. This video is going to focus on solving rational equations. The word rational means fraction. The word equation means there's an equal sign. When I solve a rational equation, what I want to do is clear the fraction. The beauty about an equation is that you can multiply through by your least common denominator and you no longer have any fractions to deal with. So that's why equal signs are awesome. So the first thing I want to do is I want to factor this, z plus 2, z minus 2. And then I notice that all my denominators are built on these z plus 2's and z minus 2's, which means my least common denominator is z plus 2 times z minus 2. Along with that, I'm going to note my domain is that z cannot equal negative 2 or 2. My domain is telling me my restrictions for my final solution. If I end up with a negative 2, I get a 0 on this fraction and this one. If my answer is 2, I end up with a 0 in the denominator here and here, and those are undefined. So when you have a variable in the denominator, not all solutions are allowed. Okay, I'm going to multiply each of my terms by z plus 2, z minus 2. The first one I'm going to say z plus 2, z minus 2. The second one I'm going to say z squared minus 4. That's why we like two versions of it. Z plus 2, z minus 2. And now I start to cancel because anything divided by itself is 1. Z plus 2 divided by z plus 2 is 1. And I'm just left with z minus 2. Z squared minus 4 divided by z squared minus 4 is 1. And I'm left with 4. Z minus 2 divided by z minus 2 is 1. And I'm left with minus a z plus 2. Notice I put that z minus plus 2 in parentheses. I would have done that regardless of what was right here, but especially when it's a negative, it's really important to put those parentheses. Otherwise, this 2 is not going to get the negative. The z will, but you're not going to distribute it to everything in this set of parentheses, and it is crucial that you do that. Okay, z minus 2 equals 4 minus z minus 2. Add a z to both sides, add a 2 to both sides. 2z equals 4, 0, 0. Divide by 2. Z is equal to 2. Well, if I put a 2 in, I get zeros in the denominator. Zeros in the denominator are not allowed. 2 is my only possible solution, which means my final answer is no solution. Nothing will work. The only answer is a restricted answer, one we do not allow. Okay, 9 and 10 are really, really similar. 10's a little bit longer. It's similar in that 2 of our denominators are binomials and the last one is a trinomial. I know this was a binomial, but it still had that squared piece to it. 99.9% of the times when you have a situation with a binomial, and a trinomial, it's really just testing to make sure that y plus 3 times y minus 2 is y squared plus y minus 6. It is. This factors out to plus 3 minus 2, so that my least common denominator is y plus 3 times y minus 2. The reason that works out most of the time is as teachers, if we don't do that, the problem becomes a bear. It's becomes so over-involved. We can. There are times, but probably not with such complicated numerators at the same time. Let's see, my domain is y cannot equal negative 3 or 2. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to multiply. I'm going to put parentheses. I put parentheses around these polynomials to remind myself that it's not y squared minus 11y as two different items. Y squared minus 11y is a single number. And by putting in parentheses, I remember that this is a single number. I'm not factoring the numerator because you don't do that until you have everything added and subtracted. You only factor the denominator to be able to clear it. Okay, I'm going to multiply everything by y plus 3 times y minus 2. Y plus 3 times y minus 2. Y plus 3 times y minus 2. All right, y plus 3's. I end up with y plus 1 times y minus 2 equals. Everything cancels. Y squared minus 11y. The y minus 2's cancel minus y minus 3 times y plus 3. Okay, This is the trickiest part over here because of the minus. Let's start multiplying. Y squared minus 2y plus y minus 2 is y squared minus 2y minus 2 equals, okay, y squared plus 3y minus 3y minus 9. So what I'm going to end up with is a y squared minus 11y minus y squared minus 9, which is going to be y squared minus 11y minus y squared plus 9. We have to distribute that negative. Y squared minus y squared cancels. I'm going to add 11y to both sides. I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides so that I have y squared plus 9y. This should be a minus 1, and this should be a 10. Minus 11 equals 0. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to 11 and add to 10, that would be y plus 11 to get the positive 10, and the y minus 1 to get the minus 11. So y plus 11 is 0 when y is a negative 11. Y minus 1 is 0 when y is 1. Neither of those are in my restriction of my domain. I would double check these answers by plugging them back in. I'm going to leave that to you. And then we have our answer. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks!